As I mentioned before, everything you see here in this course is created with Clipchamp. I did this on purpose, and I'm very aware in some regards it is limited. For instance, I don't like when I'm using the recording that I cannot set up the mouse visibility. It is a bit slow, yeah, definitely when generating MP4 files. When you start using a video with over 10 or 12 minutes, the editing is getting heavy because it's a web browser based and so on. But the point is, I could not teach you about something if myself I don't trust this product, if I don't use it myself and you see how it is. So right away, let's create something else that I extensively used in all my videos here. They are called intros, and yes, I use generic intros or specialized intros. As you see here, I used in this specific course, I use specialized intros because I have to customize each time the title of the video of each chapter at the beginning. But I use a generic outro. It's like thanks for watching. Keep going. So we'll implement all this here. But let's start with a generic intro that I implemented for another course of mine. And I did this from Clipchamp, as I said, with all free content. Let's do it here. I went to the content library and I looked actually to the templates. Yeah, to the templates. And if you scroll down here, you'll see a chapter with intro, outro templates. Basically, intros and outros are sequences that people used to play for a few seconds only at the beginning, at the end of a clip. At the end is a typical subscribe for more. Yeah, don't forget to don't forget to keep reading and so on. At the beginning, yeah, you can advertise something about the new chapter, the new title, and so on, or just a nice introduction to send a nice message and so on. So this is what we'll do here. Okay, let's see. I will look for something called modern modern YouTube intro card. Let's see if I find it here. Modern intro. Yeah, that's the one I used. Look, you can click on this here. Okay, it is free. Let's add it to the timeline. Simply add it to the timeline. You see how it is. It's built out of that's all I would need. That's all I would need. You have a soundtrack at the end, and you have a video, and you have text on top. If you look at the text, it's always the same. Yeah, let's move the scrubber at different places. It's just moving around, and it's called channel name. Yeah, basically we have to replace this with our own text, and just to keep it generic, I called it. I said ready for hands-on. I built this for another course of mine for Snowflake, and for hands-on exercises, I just needed a message like this. So you select this all these tracks on top. You go here, and instead of having a channel name, you say something ready for hands-on, and yeah, we need to change this font, and I use something called Sri Rancha. Okay. Yeah, lower fonts. Let's see. Yeah, it should do it. Uh, I have the primary color here yellow, but let's do it white. Okay. What I did here, definitely, I wanted to shorten this a bit to just 4 seconds instead of five. And I truly love some effect, the effects that we have with fade in, fade out, or Okay, at the beginning, at the end, let's say the fade out for both video and audio. And at the beginning, we'll add a fade in for 1 second, let's say. Okay, so far so good, but maybe the text is too big. One later adjustments. Let's make it this smaller. No, once again, it's still big. Okay, maybe the text here should be bigger on the last one. Yep. Let's make it bigger, like this. Okay, so this is it basically, and you can export it into high quality, the highest quality available, 1080, and then you can definitely add this asset as an MP4 files and place it as an introduction. Yeah, I'll show you how to do this later on. But for now, this is how you can create a generic intro from a template.